Will Aaron Rodgers have many years at an MVP level?
No, I'm going to say no, and it's not because Aaron Rodgers won't play well. He'll play at a very high level. The difference with like the MVP level, and we've seen him do it twice in Green Bay, and we understand Aaron Rodgers' talent. We understand the hype that's surrounding him. If any year he has a chance to play at an MVP level, if this is this year, because I don't think he has to do as much as another quarterback who may have a better season because of what's been created by him coming to the Jets. He's already going into the season with house money. Do y'all know if Aaron Rodgers comes out here and throws for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Buffalo Bills week 1, he will lead MVP voting the rest of the year. He playing with house money, right? The problem is it takes time. It takes time. Like, as much as people are excited about Aaron Rodgers being in New York, this is a new environment. We have questions about his offensive line. We're not concerned about any other facet of this team but the most important part of the team, and that's his protection. And we've seen him struggle with protection and his play decline. Not to mention, you got Patrick Mahomes still in this division. In his own division, you got Tua and Josh Allen. Like, Aaron Rodgers in the NFC North ran the roost. Everybody knew you clearly the best quarterback in your division, and you're the best quarterback in this conference because we had a lot of guys that were young and unproven. So that was a head start. He's now playing in a division where you're going to be a part of the group, not the main character in the group. So I think MVP level is a little bit far-fetched, especially when you got questions about his team in particular. But I do think he'll play at a high level. I just think the other guys that's in familiar situations will play better.
Well, first of all, I'm going to convince you to see my way on this, okay? And I'm gonna convince you to see my way on this. And I'm gonna not only am I going to do that, but I'm going to show you the journalist in me, okay?
Okay.
The question was not whether or not he's going to win MVP. It's whether or not he's going to play at an MVP level. So you got cats that we looked at and we said, hell no, they ain't going to win MVP. But damn, they balling.
Yep.
That's what the question really is. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers is going to do, okay? Because he simply can do things that other people cannot do. He's only thrown for double-digit interceptions 3 times in his now 17-year career. The brother is just spectacular. He's a bad man. We know this. Now, there have been times that I have had to deviate from that.
Can we have a fight right quick?
Okay.
Let's have a fight.
What's the fight? What's the fight, man?
Because you
What's the fight, man?
Right?
Huh? What's the fight, man?
I love how you slick. You a slick sucker. You know that. you are a slick sucker. You gonna talk about Aaron Rodgers. When the question, let's go back, journalists, to the question.
Will Rodgers play multiple years at MVP level? That's the question.
Why the hell would we suppose Aaron Rodgers to playing good or at the level for Aaron Rodgers?
I said MVP level.
He's won MVP when he played at the level.
Tell me, wait a minute. No. You're being slick. Now you're being slick. Let me tell you why. Because you're talking about an award he's already won 4 times. When we talk about MVP level, what we're saying is, excuse me, when we looking at candidates for league MVP and who dropping it, he gonna be in that conversation. That's what we're talking about here. Now let me take it a step further.
Go ahead. Go ahead, because we got to talk about
one of the things that I don't think that you have taken into consideration, I actually think that you kind of owe Aaron Rodgers an apology.
You out your mind.
About apology.
You are out of your mind.
I think you do. Is this. Competition makes you elevate yourself. See, greatness, people can be good, mediocre, good, all that stuff happens. But when you talk about pure greatness, right, it ain't just about your ability, it's about your willingness to rise to the moment, to the challenge, which is what we're questioning about that, because we ain't seen it yet, right? I'm betting that Aaron Rodgers ain't in the NFC no more. And being in the AFC, well, damn, I got Tua Tagovailoa and Josh Allen in my own division. I got Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson in the North. I got this cat, Trevor Lawrence. Last time we saw him, he overcame a 27-point deficit, throwing 4 first-half interceptions. And look at the show that he put on. And none of us can compete with him when it comes to hair commercials. He'll own all of them. Ain't nobody don't even think about getting a hair commercial. Unless your name is Troy Polamalu, who's retired for years, you don't have a chance of getting a hair commercial over Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he stood up there. Fabio and
Fabio.
Zoolander and everything in between. This brother is something else. I mean, damn. I mean, women don't want to compete with Trevor Lawrence for hair commercials, okay? Okay, so we got that going on. And then we got Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes first. Patrick Mahomes, then Justin Herbert. Okay? So I didn't even bring the others in the equation. I'm saying if you Aaron Rodgers, you like this, yo, these cats must have forgot. I got to let brothers know. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you is this. I'm saying forget all that because obviously he owes something.
Right.
Because you lost to Detroit last year, lost to San Francisco on your home turf last year, lost to Tom Brady. But I'm bringing into the fact that you've arrived in AFC in New York City, Gotham City, all right, supposedly as the savior, and we naming 6 or 7 cats that we think can take you out. And I think that reality is what elevates Aaron Rodgers to sit up there and say, y'all must have forgot who the hell you talking about. See, and that's what I'm saying.
This is why when I walk around America, people be like, I love when you and Steven fight. Right?
Do you think Dak will get Dallas to a Super Bowl?
No, I don't. But here's what I will say. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I actually, as much as it would, listen, let me shock the world by saying what I'm about to say. And you come on over here, because I know you're coming over here. I actually hope he will. I actually hope he will, my brother.
This is sweet.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something right now.
I think you just rooted for us.
I'm like, let me say this to y'all, man. I've got to the point where I've had my fun. I'm going to continue to have fun, but I've been right for 28 years. And it does get to a point where it's boring being right all the time. I want to be wrong about the Cowboys. Well, what? I'm willing to absorb the nauseating, disgusting fan base that is the Dallas Cowboys. If y'all could just win something for a change, I'm willing to do it. I really am. But I just like, it would be nice. And you know what? Jerry Jones is my buddy. That's my buddy right there.
Of course.
So I want my man Jerry Jones. I want him to have one last shining moment of glory, even if it means me dealing with the nauseating fan base.
If I never come sit at this desk again.
I do.
Today was a movement. Today was movement.
That's right. It was movement.
Regardless of how you couched it.
That's right.
It was movement.
Yeah.
Well, you saying you want to be wrong. Two things have happened on this show that need to be documented. August 22nd. Every August 22nd, I'm coming on the show. Okay. Listen, I got to gain my composure. What you just said, because I'm gonna get so many texts and tweets. Did Stephen A. just say he hoped you just? What you said in reverse was you hope the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl.
I hope. I'm tired of being right. I am tired of it. It's been 28 years that I have been right. I have been unblemished, walking around with perfection when it comes to my predictions about the Cowboys. They just never let me down. They always find a way, and I'm just tired of it. Y'all have suffered enough. Now, it's not going to stop me from laughing at y'all now. It's not going to stop me from making fun of y'all when y'all mess up, because it will happen.
Suffered enough.
But y'all have suffered enough. And I got to admit, I just got so much love for Micah Parsons. That's my brother right there. I love him and Diggs, man. Those are my boys, man. I love them to death. And they don't deserve what they have been subjected to. They don't deserve. And dare I say, Jerry Jones doesn't deserve what has happened to him. What has happened to him? Because, damn it, he has fielded a roster that has been Super Bowl caliber contender. And what Jerry Jones, my Libra brother, what he has been subjected to, it's just got to the point where I've just come to the conclusion that I've been a little cruel. and I just need to dial it back. You understand what I'm saying? At least for the preseason.
Hold on.
I just need to dial it back.
Wait a second.
I just need to dial it back.
Just pardon us for a second.
Yeah.
I need to know this for real. This is serious, because you know this finna break the internet.
Yeah.
Are you setting us up for failure, or are you serious?
No, I'm serious.
Because you do this from time to time. You do this from time to time where you have an ulterior motive outside of what you said. I need to know if it's for real.
Listen, man. As long as y'all don't win the Super Bowl, I'm good.
But we can go there.
But if you went there, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me as much. It wouldn't bother me. It went bug.
Even the fans.
Oh my God.
Listen, my love for Micah Parsons.
We might go 0-17.
My love for Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, and my mad respect for Gilmore. I mean, look, y'all have suffered.
You can look past the fans a little
Y'all
bit.
have suffered. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I feel great.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I feel great.
Hey, listen, I know
I'm just saying.
Nick, the producer, I know. Nick, I know you want me to say something. I'm not saying anything.
What even was the question? I forgot.
I'm not messing this moment up.
I'm just saying, listen, somebody got, at some point in time, the suffering has to stop.
Stephen A.
And y'all have suffered. I have concluded y'all have suffered enough.
Our relationship is really, listen, we gonna be rocky when it come to our TV relationship if you sitting, because you do this. And I have to usually warn people about what you're doing.
What do you mean? If I laugh at you?
No,
because I'm gonna
He said he's still gonna laugh.
I'm gonna laugh.
It's fine if you laugh.
Right.
But are you giving hope and saying that you don't want to see misfortunes?
I don't want to see misfortune.
For real.
For real. I don't want to see misfortune.
You lying.
I'm not lying. Look. Jerry Jones is my buddy, man. That's my buddy right there. And I love me.
Don't play with me, man.
I'm telling you, man. Micah Parsons and Diggs, those are my brothers, man. I got mad love for them, man. I'm not. Listen.
I don't know how to feel.
I can't root against them.
I don't know how to feel.
And I keep trying to tell y'all, I didn't root against the Cowboys when Emmitt Smith and playmaking and prime time and Troy Aikman. I love Troy Aikman. Love Troy Aikman. I didn't root against the Cowboys then.
Right.
But them damn fans get on my damn last nerve,
Right.
and they do have the potential to change my mind because I can't stand Cowboy fans. I can't stand them. But I can't. But the boys on the team, I got love for them, man. I'm rooting for them not to fail. I want you to win the Super Bowl, but I don't want them to fall on their face. I don't. I don't know what the. I've grown.
I want to believe it.
It feels like there's an asterisk.
It feels like it's like it's there. It's hovering around everything you just said.
It's fluid. This feeling is fluid.
It's fluid?
Do you think that Deshaun Watson will return to his 2020 form?
No, but I think he'll have a really good season. The reason why I don't say back to 2024, we were talking about Deshaun Watson being a top 3 quarterback in the league. And a big part of that was familiarity, but he also played with a phenomenal wide receiver named DeAndre Hopkins. And I know Amari Cooper is a really good wide receiver. He's a #1 in this league. Cleveland is built on running the football. Nick Chubb is still the superstar when it comes to, now they want to transition into Deshaun being the guy and the superstar and the reason why they win a lot of games. I just think the way that this is built, the situation that he walks in, and I know they paid $230 million guaranteed, all of that stuff. I understand what their thought process was behind bringing Deshaun Watson in is when, like Stephen A. talked about with Aaron Rodgers, there's so many of these quarterbacks in this division. If we don't have one that can play or we feel can play at an elite level, then we don't have a chance to win in this conference. With that being said, the difference in Deshaun Watson's situation in Cleveland is completely different from his situation in Houston.
Okay.
Houston was a more spread out offense. They believed in throwing the football. We saw the athleticism come into play, and he hadn't missed almost 2 years of football, right? And now you talk about his division and the division that he's in. Pittsburgh, you got Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, and you got Lamar Jackson, who just revamped an offensive team in Baltimore. That within itself is the toughest division that Deshaun Watson has ever seen in his career. And it got harder this year. It didn't get easier. So can he play at a very high level? Yes. But returning to 2020 form means that Deshaun Watson going to be compared to Patrick Mahomes, because that's where we were. You remember the conversations about if Deshaun Watson had what they have in Kansas City, he'd win too. Remember the Texans went to Kansas City and took a big lead in the playoffs, and then Patrick Mahomes and them eventually walked them down and came back in the game? That's the Deshaun Watson that people think they're going to see. I don't believe that. I think he's going to play at a very high level, though.
I don't know whether it's going to happen or not, but the operative word is believe, and I believe he can pull it off. Here's what I would tell you. He's 27 years old.
Yep.
Last 2 years, he hasn't played, really. I don't even count the 6 games. I don't even want to hear any more about his numbers from last year.
Right.
Complete 58% of his passes. We all know what that's about. You ain't playing over 700 days for crying out loud. Then you go out on the football field. Your first game is against your old team for crying out loud that you wanted to get out of there. And conveniently, that's when all of that stuff leaked out when he wanted to get the hell out of Houston. Okay, but that's a different story for another day. That doesn't make the accusations any less true or whatever. We don't know. Okay, but in the end, what it comes down to is this. I'm looking at Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'm looking at Amari Cooper. I'm looking at a motivated Elijah Moore who wanted out of New York because he was unhappy with his situation. And I'm looking at an absolute stud in Nick Chubb, who is outside of Derrick Henry, arguably the best running back in football. And so when I'm looking at that, and I'm also looking at the absence of depth at the running back position, I believe that Stefanski and Berry and the crew are going to have to do what it takes to sort of protect Chubb, because you don't want him to go down and then you got nothing, you see? And so as a result, with the weapons that I got, and not remember the dual tight ends led by Njoku, okay? And so you've got nothing but weapons all over the field to throw the football. Now we get into who you're going against. Similar to what I said about Aaron Rodgers. That's Joe Burrow you're going up against. That's Lamar Jackson you going up against. And you the one with the $230 million guaranteed contract. So you better ball. You better show up. You better remind everybody what the hell you could do. You lighter now. And oh, by the way, attrition hasn't kicked in. Your body hasn't been taxed because you haven't been exposed to playing football on 17 different Sundays throughout the regular season over the last couple of years. So all of those things taken into consideration, he's fresher. I'm talking on a physical level. He's fresher. He's spry. He's still young, okay? Attrition hasn't kicked in. He hasn't subjected his body to the level of violence that he is going to and that he has in the past. And I think you take all of those things into consideration. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but do I believe that Deshaun Watson could end up finding himself in a top 3 or 4 quarterbacks that we're talking about in the AFC? He has the talent to do it. And if he doesn't show it, it will be the worst deal that the Cleveland Browns ever made.
That is the key word. We agree that the talent resides there based on what we've seen from him in 2022.
That's right.
But if you're telling me that Cleveland is going to have a complete philosophical change, then we're having a different conversation. They have one of the highest paid running backs in the league, who's shown that his production is as important as anything else you've done. Now, I understand, and that's why the point you made about the $230 million. They obviously trying to transition to being able to push the ball down the field
and you want to protect
that high clip. And you want to protect Chubb.
You don't have a backup.
But Stephen A.,
Kareem Hunt ain't there no more.
I'm telling you right now, dude, if Cleveland is going to come out and think that they can get away from what they've been doing and throw the ball 40 times, 45 times a game, that's not going to set up well for them. It's not.
Well,
I'm not even talking about Deshaun playing well.
But remember, when he threw for 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, they weren't that damn good.
Wasn't that good.
But the offense was.
They were.
And that's what I'm saying about Cleveland.
I got
you. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.